In previous episode, we saw Shin is fatally wounded and dies heroically, moving many characters. Dokja comforts her in her final moments and vows revenge. The scenario ends, and mid-grade Dokkaebi Paul is arrested by powerful enforcers for breaking Starstream rules. Dokja uses a platinum membership to confront Paul in a private meeting, where he brutally beats him, demanding answers. Paul reveals that Shin's soul is lost in the labyrinth of worlds due to a nullified contract with demons. Determined to keep his promise to Shin, Dokja plans to contact Hades of Olympus to retrieve her soul. Though difficult, Dokja believes there's still hope to bring her back. A Dokkaebi appears in the sky. He looks nervous as he is sweating and shaking. He says that his name is Yongi, and he will be taking over the reward calculation. Dokkaebi Yongi says that he will now calculate the additional rewards for the fifth scenario. He tells everyone that he just gave them the most common healing potion used in the Starstream. The system notifies them that they have received Elaine Forest Essence. Yi tells everyone that even if they are seriously wounded, they will be able to heal themselves by drinking this and going to SP, so they must use it where they can be sure that it is safe. Everyone is holding the potion in their hands. Dokja thinks that he has never seen such a polite Dokkaebi. It is almost unnerving. Yongi says that the additional rewards given to major contributors will be handled later tonight. Good job and good luck in the next scenario, he adds. At night, the system notifies that the additional rewards given to major contributors of the fifth scenario will be a B-grade skill, and the major contributors are Dokja, Hyewon, and Yu. Dokja is looking at the screen, and the screen displays that Dokja can choose to accept the B-grade skill, My Detection, as his reward. Dokja thinks that he had a hard time until now because he didn't have a lie detection skill. He clicks on yes, and the system notifies him that a lie detection skill has been added to his skill list. Hyewon is also looking at her screen, wondering what she should pick. Dokja asks Ji-hee if she knows where you went, and Ji-hee says that he went somewhere with Sewa. Ji-hee starts smiling and tells Dokja that she doesn't think they're in the kind of relationship he presumes them to be in. Dokja looks at his screen and thinks that Yu was never a romantic protagonist. He knows that they were a couple in the second scenario, but can't remember if they were in the third round or not. The system notifies that the sixth scenario will begin in 4 days. Dokja is surprised to see that and says that you must have gone to collect new skills and items. Ji-hee tells Dokja that she remembers her master told her to deliver a message to him earlier. Ji-hee grabs her sword and tells Dokja that their contract period is over. Dokja is scared to hear that. Dokja remembers that he told Yu to swear that he wouldn't kill him until the end of the fifth scenario, and he won't help him if he can't guarantee that Yu promised that he wouldn't kill Dokja, but he would get him back for hitting him. Dokja is so scared that the color drains from his face. Dokja says that they did agree in the contract that you wouldn't kill him, and he wonders if you let him live all this time because of that. Ji-hee asks what this contract is about anyway. Dokja is depressed. Hyewon waves at Dokja and calls him to her side. Dokja is surprised to see the drinks and asks where she found them. Hyewon is proud of herself and says that she found them over there, so she helped herself. She tells Dokja that they should have a drink to celebrate the occasion. After some time, they start a bonfire and are drinking the drinks Hong found. Dokja tells everyone a good job. They really did an amazing job. Ji-hee starts drinking from the can and tells Dokja that he was so cool today when he beat up Dokkaebi earlier that he looked a little cooler than Master. Hyewon says that Ji-hee is right. He was amazing. Hyewon says that she felt good watching Dokja, and Sa starts smiling and tells Dokja that he did well too. Dokja starts smiling and thinks that everything didn't go as planned, but they managed to protect Seoul, and Seoul won't be in any more danger at least until a few more scenarios have been completed. Everyone is drinking and telling each other their stories. Sa is lying on the ground and says that she can't drink anymore. Ji-hee is drinking and talking in her SP. Dokja looks at everyone spinning and thinks that he didn't know they were such lightweights. He thinks that Gi didn't have much to drink. Dokja looks at Sa and sees that she looks sad. He is shocked to see that she drank 4 bottles. Sa tells Dokja that she is a heavy drinker. Dokja remembers that he has never seen her drunk at company gatherings. Sei says that is because she can't afford to get a drink like that. Dokja thinks that she did have a lot of men at work who tried to take advantage of her getting her drunk. Sa starts smiling, and she looks at Dokja and asks that she should be fine today. Right? Dokja clears his throat and thinks that this is kind of awkward. Lightning strikes the cups, and their drinks spill on the ground. Dokja looks at the spilled drink and thinks that he knows it. It's a good thing that he didn't drink tonight. Certain symbols start forming on the alcohol on the ground. The system notifies Dokja that the constellation, god of alcohol and ecstasy, wants to speak to him. Dokja thinks that Olympus has taken the bait. Dokja and Se are looking at the symbols on the ground. The system notifies them that the constellation god of alcohol and ecstasy is humming a tune. Dokja thinks that the god of alcohol and ecstasy, the only god to use that nickname in Olympus, is Dies, one of the 12 Greek pantheons. Dokja and Sa are shocked to see that the alcohol is pointing toward the bottles. Sa thinks that he is telling them to drink some more. Dokja grabs the bottle and says that they should start drinking. Then he tells Sa that she shouldn't drink too much because one of them has to be sober. They strike their cups and start drinking. After some time, Sa looks at the bottles and the sign is still there. The alcohol is pointing at the bottles. Sa says that it looks like he wants them to drink some more, so they start drinking again. Sa tells Dokja that it is good to have someone to drink with. She is starting to get a little lonely. Sa moves a little closer to Dokja. He realizes that their shoulders are touching. Dokja realizes that she is sitting closer to him than before. Sa calls him, and Dokja says yes, and she starts leaning towards Dokja to kiss him. Dokja thinks that something is not right. There's no way something this beautiful would happen to him. At the same time, the system notifies Dokja that the personal skill, fourth wall, has made him a little sober. Dokja sees that he is indeed about to kiss Sa. Dokja grabs Sa by the shoulders and starts shaking her. He tells her to get a hold of herself. He thinks that he is right. Something like this would never happen to him, and there's no way someone as thorough as Sa would do something like that. Sa comes to her senses and starts blushing. She asks what she was doing just now. Dokja asks her, why don't they stop playing and start discussing things? The alcohol starts flowing again, and something is written on the ground. The system notifies that the personal skill, Otherworld Interpreter Level 2, has been activated. Dokja can now easily read the writing of alcohol on the ground. It says that he spoiled all the fun. Suddenly, there are clouds in the sky, and lightning appears. Dokja thinks that the Great Hall has started reacting. The god of the Otherworld must have sensed Taoist's presence. It may just be letters, but he addressed them directly. His guess is that it is because he's one of the 12 gods of Olympus. Only the top constellations can directly communicate with this world without using an incarnation or the Dokja as a medium. It is quite taxing on plausibility too. That's why most constellations deliver their message through indirect means. Dokja starts speaking and asks if he is that confident, then why doesn't he appear before them? The alcohol symbols change on the ground, and it says that he hates those damn tentacles. Dokja thinks that he won't admit that he is not powerful enough to fight them, so starts reading the writing too. It says he can't be bothered to fight them, and they will all be dead if he comes there. Dokja thinks that it is true that Seoul will be in ruins when someone on his level makes an appearance. The writing changes shape again. Now it says that is how his father killed his mother. Sangha asks what he means, and Dokja replies that he must be referring to the legend behind his birth. From what he knows, Dionysus was born between Zeus and Princess Semele of Thebes. Hera was jealous of Zeus and Semele, so she disguised herself as Semele's nanny and told her the following. Zeus might be an imposter, so she should ask him to show her what he looks like in Olympus. Having fallen for Hera's trick, Semele asks Zeus to show his true self and gets burned to death by the rays of light emitted by Zeus's true form. Sa says that is a little different from what she knows. She tells Dokja that his mother isn't the princess of Thebes. From what she has heard, Dokja thinks that he knew Sa was smart, but she is so well read too. As she said, there are two legends behind Dionysus's birth. One is where his mother is the princess Semele of Thebes, and the other is the version in which his mother is Pani, wife of Hades. The symbols change their shape again, and it says that they know quite a lot about him. Dokja says that he is curious about which one of the two is the true story. Dee asks if it is that important to him. Dokja says that it is, and he needs the story to be the latter version. Dokja thinks that the reason he went along with Hewen and started a party was so he could lure out Dionysus. He thinks that if Dionysus is indeed the son of Pani, then it is highly possible that he is able to communicate with Pani, wife of Hades. The alcohol changes shape again. Dionysus calls Dokja an insolent human and says that he likes rude humans. Dokja thinks that he knows of someone who is as reckless as him, and he was very good with the lyre, but things didn't end well for him either. Dokja says that it will be different for him. Dionysus tells Dokja that he can open the gates of the underworld for him. The father of the rich knight doesn't like him, but the goddess of the underworld will grant his request. He tells Dokja that it is very dangerous there, and he can't guarantee that he will make it back alive. Dokja says that it is fine. The alcohol changes shape again, and Dionysus says that it is good and that he also likes desperate humans. He tells Dokja to remember that he will only have 12 hours. If he doesn't return, he will never be able to go to the scenario he resides in. Suddenly, Dokja starts feeling dizzy. He realizes this is why Dionysus wanted to get them drunk. As he starts to fall to the ground, he tells S to wake up the others. Dokja passes out as S starts running toward him. The system notifies that a new hidden scenario has arrived, and the constellation, god of alcohol and ecstasy, is guiding Dokja's soul. Dionysus says that he hopes the father of the rich knight takes a liking to him. The system notifies Dokja that his consciousness has been freed from his body due to death. A voice asks who that is, and another voice says that it's interesting that a spirit of an incarnation has entered the realm of the constellations. Another voice adds that he will regret it. Dokja thinks that they are too loud and wonders if they could be from Olympus. The system notifies Dokja that the personal skill fourth wall has been activated in full force. Dokja is unconscious and wearing different clothes. The system notifies that he has entered the underworld as the spirit of a living man. Dokja wakes up and thinks that his head hurts. The system notifies him that the judge of the underworld has noticed his presence. Dokja struggles to get up, thinking that his body feels too heavy. He wonders if he has ended up in the river of the underworld that Hades rules over, Acheron. He speculates that Charon, the boatman of the underworld, must be waiting for him. At that moment, someone throws mud at Dokja's face and tells him to get up. Another person asks if he is new here, as they have never seen him around before. A muscular person grabs Dokja by the collar and says that he doesn't seem to be injured or anything. He tells the others to search him, thinking that he might have brought something with him. The muscular person tells the other man to be careful. Seeing how Dokja ended up here, he could be pretty dangerous. He asks if the other person heard about the lunatic who passed through a few days ago. The person replies that the lunatic was just one in a million. Dokja realizes that this place is full of souls and concludes that it must be the underworld. He asks the others what they are, but one of the people asks if he is ignoring him. Dokja grabs his hand and throws him to the ground. The person is lying on the ground, holding his hand, and asks how Dokja is so strong. Dokja checks his scenario window, which says, Hidden Scenario, a stroll through the underworld. The category is hidden, the difficulty is a plus, and the clear condition is to find a way back to the realm of the living and avoid being caught by the judges. The time limit is 12 hours, and the reward is 10,000 coins. The penalty for failure is that Dokja will be forced to become a citizen of the underworld. Dokja wonders why he is here, and thinks he should have ended up at the banks of Acheron. The person on the ground asks Dokja how he dared to do this to him. He says that he was once the hyena of the final night. Dokja thinks that the man is a nobody because he has never heard of him. Someone approaches and asks if something fun is happening, calling the others stray dogs. He says that he will join the fun since he is tired of building that robot all day. Everyone runs away, calling him the lunatic. The person with white hair asks Dokja what he is doing here, as a dokabi. Dokja wonders who he is and why he is acting as if he knows him. The person lifts his hair and asks Dokja if he really forgot him. Dokja is shocked to see him and thinks that it is Neiman. Neiman tells Dokja not to be like that, as they are both dead now. He asks Dokja who it was that killed him. Some time passes, and Dokja is working with everyone when he sees a monster. He realizes that it is Hell Nun and that he is in Tartarus, the hell of the underworld. Hell Nun tells him that he can relax a little and that he will be fine if he stays away from the monster. Dokja thinks he must have ended up in Tartarus, but Nun says that it is only a tier 4 monster. There are much greater ones in the levels below. Nun laughs and asks how it feels to have ended up in hell. Dokja wonders if there is anyone else down here besides him. Nun replies that he is the only one from the subway who ended up here. Dokja continues searching for a familiar face, but doesn't see anyone like Mong, the catastrophe of questions, or Minab's song, the humanoid demon. Nun says he doesn't know of anyone else. Dokja thinks that Hades' underworld is just one of many afterlives, and they must be in a different one. Dokja asks Nun if he has seen a young woman who passed recently. He describes her as having white hair, a ponytail, and being quite pretty. Nun says he understands now, and asks if Dokja died trying to save a girl. Dokja gets angry and asks again if Nun has seen her. Nun says that he hasn't seen her, and that it's too bad he didn't get to see his girlfriend. Dokja guesses that Shin's spirit hasn't come here yet. She may not have crossed Acheron, just as her spirit is from a different world. She will be exiled from this world in due time, and he must find her spirit before that happens. Dokja asks Noon what he is doing as a Dokkaebi, and he replies that he's building a thing. Noon points in the direction of a large robot and asks if Dokja sees it. Dokja thinks it is a Titan soldier and wonders if Hades is preparing for a Gigantomachia. He also thinks that Hades must be different from other Olympian gods, who just sit around. Noon grabs Dokja's hand and tells him to follow him quickly because the overseers are coming. Dokja looks toward two monsters with sharp teeth and sees that Noon is serious. Noon tells Dokja that he has been working at a certain place and asks him to pretend to be hammering something. Dokja must work extra hard as he is new here. Thanks for watching. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated. And hey, drop a comment if you have thoughts or new ideas or just want to say hi. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care and stay awesome.